What's up, you guys? How are you doing? Yeah? I feel a little off. I just did a show before this, and I accidentally lit my hair on fire on stage. It's not a joke. There were candles, as there should be at all comedy shows. I backed up against it, heard like some like fizzling sounds, and like saw smoke, and like thought in my head, "Ugh, I'm on fire." What happened tonight? And I have like a weird stress response when something like that happens. I've noticed is that all I did was I like smacked it out of my hair, kind of just like looked up at the audience and just went, "I'm really sorry you were all a part of that." Like I just feel bad. Like a year ago I went running at night with some friends. I was thinking about this and I tripped and and it was like uneven ground. It was nighttime. I wasn't like really looking where I was going. I fell like really very seriously hard into the gutter. I immediately just popped up, yelled to downtown Los Angeles, "Sorry everybody," and just like kept running. My friends like ran up to me like, "Hey, like are you okay?" I was like blood like dripping down my body. It's like, "Oh, it's fine, it's fine." Apparently I'm like a 50-year-old like ex-sports guy. I was like, "No, I don't have pain. I'm not gay." I wanted to start with something fun. I saw the other day this woman pushing what I thought was a balloon strapped into a stroller, and I was delighted. And then I found out that it was just a kid holding a giant balloon strapped in, and on the one hand, like, that's great, she's not crazy, she wasn't just wheeling around a balloon. In fact, she's an amazing mother, she got her child a balloon, she went up 200%, you know? But on the other hand, what a fun world would that have been for her? She was just like, "Gotta keep my balloon safe, gonna strap it into the stroller, take it on town." Everyone's gonna have a good time. I've been realizing slowly that I like don't have like religion in my life. I've been coming to the conclusion, and I've been coming to that conclusion because I'm young, I'm nubile, don't know why I yelled that at you guys, but I hang out with like a lot of like young like 20-somethings, and like 20-somethings love losing God. Guys, they love it. They'll come up to you like, "I've been thinking about something, I think I'm losing my faith in religion." I'm sort of like, "Yeah, no shit." Like, yeah, okay, like not a big deal. Because our parents like didn't like really as kids like, they sort of just like didn't like give us God. Like it was never like, "Here it is, like we're gonna take it away," or like, "We're gonna withhold it till you earn it." It was just sort of like not a thing. And so whenever people say that to me, I'm like, well, we're facing two scenarios here. Either you're right and I've been right and you're just telling me that you've been swindled for the last 25 years, and in which case like maybe don't put it on blast. Or on the other hand, we're both wrong. Jesus is super real, a total possibility, I have no idea. And so when we get up there, I'm gonna be like, "Dude, not my fault, I had no idea, no one told me." He'll be like, "No problem, you're chill." The other people are gonna be like, "Hey Jesus, yeah, so I believed in you, but then I dyed my hair pink, and I listened to R.E.M., and I like kind of just lied because I'm like, fuck you." I'm still working that one out. But the thing about it is, I like kind of need something to believe in because I've now lived in Los Angeles for like 3 years, and living in LA has it's just making me a worse person. I don't think it has to make you a worse person, but it has made me a worse person. Like my sister came and visited, and we were driving down Sunset Boulevard, and I turned to her and I said, "You know, Allie, I love it when they change the movie billboards. Kind of like when the leaves change in the fall." She's like, "No, it's not. We gotta get you out of here." Back to San Francisco. But it's funny, I've lived down here now for almost 3 years, and I've managed in that time to move like 6 times. Like, I just moved a bunch of times. And every time I move, I like try to do it by myself. This last time, my new apartment, rented the U-Haul, got a table in, like 4 people at my old apartment building had to help me put the table in. In my head, I'm like, well, I'm gonna super strength mom it when I get to my new apartment. I'm just gonna pretend my baby's trapped, I guess. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I got there, by myself, like got like one end of the table out, realized, well, this isn't happening, and then just kind of like stood in the street just staring at it, like not knowing what to do until, I think I stood there for like 42 minutes, like a very specific amount of time, until like neighbors in the building were like, "We've been just watching you stand out here. Do you need help?" And I was like, "You have no idea." But so that's why I moved a bunch, and I've noticed there's like kind of a pattern to where I moved to. I always move to the same sort of location. They're like kind of bad but kind of good. Like there's always a Target under construction that's never gonna open. There are also like 3 pink berries right next to it, you know? They're like bad enough that if I got attacked walking home at night, people would be like, "Hey, you know, I should have been more careful." but they're good enough that when I say that, I sound very racist. But where I used to live was, I lived like more south and like more east of downtown LA. I don't know if you guys have ever been down there. And my best friend lived about 5-6 blocks away. So a lot of times at night I would just walk myself home. And I started doing this thing where I would like jog home. And I realized it's because I thought that if a rapist saw me, he'd be like, oh no, let's wait for a free one. Someone's got dibs on her, we're rapists, not monsters. So, and I don't know, I don't know what it is, I don't know if it's rape culture, I don't know if it's the patriarchy, I don't know if it's that I watched a lot of Law and Order, but I'm like kind of convinced I'm gonna be raped in like the back of my brain. Like it's a very real fear I have, like almost to the point where I'd like to get it out of the way. Straight like lightning, not true. It's kind of the point where it's like, I'll be like getting in my car at night, I drop my keys, I hear something in the bushes. This could be it, Shelby. I think you could handle it right now. Pretty good emotional support network. You don't love this shirt. Like, I'm sorry. It's so messed up to the point where it's like, I pick up my keys, it was a squirrel, I'm sitting in my car like, ugh, not tonight, I guess. It's really messed up, and I really do believe that if you are ever sexually assaulted, you should get like a little card that says like, I got mine. And anytime someone else tries, you go, no, 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 no. You guys got me. And the rapist will be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Do you need a ride home? Do you want to talk about it? Want another one? Nah, you're messed up for life. Nah, they'll be fine. I used to preface that joke with, has anyone been raped? No one ever answered. Makes sense why. But I always hope like one person in back would be like, yeah, like I was raped. But keep going, you're making good points in a social setting that diffuses the tension. Your hair looks great, we hardly noticed that you burned a chunk out of it. Thank you for listening to the top part of my set, Ray Victim. But apparently I didn't even have to worry in the new place I live because I've managed to scare off every street person I have encountered. I will explain that. The other week I was moving my car early in the morning for street cleaning. And I was getting in my car, I was in my pajamas, like kind of groggy, like very weird circumstance, like had an ear infection, like couldn't hear on my left side. Getting to my car, opening, this guy in a pickup truck pulls up alongside of me, and he keeps saying something over and over, and he's Latino also, so I'm like, great, he's gonna think I'm racist, I just like can't hear. I'm staying there, I'm sorry sir, I can't understand, do you want my spot, do you need anything, like Starbucks is that way, like I just have no idea what he's saying over and over. I finally go, do you want a pen? I like take a pen out of my car and like give it to him, and then it hits me, he's saying, what's your rate? And how much? Over and over again. Yeah, right, that's the right reaction. But I was so deep into this, I was just like, oh, I don't know, do you need anything else? And he finally, it didn't click in, and then he finally just goes, have a nice day, like gives me back the pen and just drives away. I was like, well, that was weird, but that'll probably never happen again in some sort of rules of three scenario I could say on stage. Little did I know, a few days later, walking up the street to my house, a homeless man goes, yo, Danielle! I go, hello. Name's not Danielle, but that's what he wanted, you know? So he comes up to me, he's talking to me, and he immediately takes my hand. Just holding it, not like anything, I don't feel threatened, it's not creepy. He's actually saying like very like nice, beautiful things, like we're all born so beautiful, the beauty gets taken out of us, it's so nice that you stop to talk to me, blah, blah, blah. It's like very lovely. Still holding his hand, the lights changed like 4 or 5 times. I'm thinking, great, I want to get out of this, don't want to be rude, still holding hands. He's still talking when I notice that he takes his hand back first and wipes it on his shirt. Now I'm feeling rejected. I'm like, well, how am I gonna win this guy back? I'm trying to like, oh, you're wearing beads? I love beads. He's like, you're trying too hard. I'm like, fair enough. And I like kind of imagine that these people are somewhere together in like an AA type room, just being like, oh my God, that happened to you too? Yeah, I just tried to catcall her. Bitch gave me a pen. So weird. Government's got to do something about this Shelby problem. Get her off the streets. Don't give her money. She'll spend it on takeout. Like, the last time I was doing my like nightly jog from my car to my gate, not wearing shoes, wearing sweatpants because a lady keeps her jeans and Vans in the car, I believe. And I'm running up my street and I see this guy walking towards me, like just kind of like a big, kind of scary guy. And I'm thinking like, okay. I'm like, I think I can like beat him out to my gate, you know. I'm like doing this when I notice that he sees me running up towards him. Kind of goes, huh, and crosses the street away. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm thinking like, I think I could catch him. Been doing my cardio. I just gotta pin him down, be like, no, you're not allowed to be scared. Don't cry for help. No one's coming for you. Well, Charlotte's like a rapist, you know. You're part of the problem now. That joke needs a stronger close. I know that. We all know that. But what was I talking about? Oh, I need something to believe in. Okay, I need something to believe in though, because I don't have religion. And so I've decided that my thing is like vitamins. Like I've gotten really into vitamins lately, which I don't need. Like if you're actually like a nourished person, you don't like need B12. It's like not gonna be the thing that like cures your cancer, you know? Sorry if anyone has cancer. Oof. Don't know why I apologize for that, but on my rape joke. Like, we'll talk about rape, but tumors, guys, let's have some class at UCB. What's the point? Oh, but so I get kind of caught up in these like health fads, even though I know I'm getting caught up in them. Like I'll do a juice cleanse every year, even though I get sick every time. It's like once a year they trick me, but like my body gets terribly sick a day into it. Like my body's like, what? We're not eating bread? Shut it down. Not gonna happen. So like last year, a day in, I got the avian flu, like the worst possible thing that could happen. This year I got a terrible bronchial infection. My throat like closed up. I like was complaining about this to my grandparents of all people. I was like, yeah, I spent $300 for 3 days of juice and I like get really sick. My grandma goes, huh, yeah, $300? Probably could have fed me for a year in the Depression. I was like, ugh, okay, Nan, throw poverty in my face. I love my grandma. But I was complaining about this again at a juice bar to my friend. But I was probably buying like chlorophyll water or something that only plants can digest. And I'm saying like, yeah, it's crazy. I like get really sick on these juice cleanses. And the girl behind the counter like kind of like pipes up and goes, excuse me. And first of all, no thank you. I don't want to talk to you. Just don't bring up my bullshit. That's actually called withdrawal. Sort of like if you stop doing drugs or drinking alcohol. No, it's not. That's called something. It's called detoxing. And what my body was detoxing from was a lack of food. You know, like starvation. Like I was like, that's not like a normal, healthy thing. And the funny thing about that is the way we use those words, like we use withdrawal and detox, like they're just like things that like everyone goes through, which is so unfair. Like it'd be like me going to an AA meeting being like, Cynthia, I found your story about methadone withdrawal really moving and beautiful. It was so courageous of you to sweat for 3 days straight and then vomit uncontrollably for a week. Your kids are too scared to talk to you because of that, and you lost your job because you couldn't go in because you were shaking so uncontrollably. It's sort of like how I didn't eat cheese for 3 days. Really detox me right now. That's so disrespectful. What was my, and that's such like a weird, like fucked up first world ideal to me, like the thought of cleanses, because the secret thing about cleanses that they don't tell you is if you're going to do it the right way, you're supposed to drink like a quart to a gallon of Epsom salt water every morning, because your body doesn't digest Epsom salt, so it just goes through you, so you just like shit yourself for 2 hours every morning, basically. They never tell you that on like blueprint.com. They're never like, hey, here's our 6 juices. Also, you're gonna shit for 2 hours every day. But if you took that to like any other place in the world and were like, hey guys, we got this water, drink some of it, you're gonna lose a ton of weight, gonna look skeletal, you look amazing, you're gonna shit yourself. They'd be like, wait, yeah, we have that. It's called dysentery. Thanks you guys, I'll show you.
Tell you what, with my current diet, I also shit